Hey everyone, Andrew here. So, if you follow the channel for a while, then you probably know that I'm a very big Falcom fan. Been collecting a lot of Falcom stuff for a very long time, and I've been playing a little series known as East since I was a wee little lad. So this week, a lot of cool stuff happened, right? So I turned 30, and my dad decided to surprise me a little bit, and he effectively helped me complete my East vinyl collection. So I've shown my East 8 Lacrimosa Donna vinyl before. It's a nice box set. But my dad actually surprised me this week. So he got me the East Origin. It's the limited Amber Marble edition. This is such a phenomenal soundtrack. Incredible find. Really looking forward to popping that into the into my record player and giving that a listen. That's fantastic soundtrack. Really excited about that. But he also got me the East Oath and Felgana box set. So this is a very hefty box set of vinyls. Yeah, it's really awesome. It's by Wayo Records. I'm pretty sure they're the same people that handled the East 8 vinyl soundtrack box set, which is phenomenal. I really like listening to that. And I think because of this completion of my East vinyl collection, I might have to do a listen through very soon. So really excited about that. Huge thing. With this, I actually got it over there right now. This little cardboard cutout. It's East Origin artwork, but it's on like a little cardboard. Not really cardboard. It's a more sturdy material. It's a little art piece of Fina and Rhea. So yeah, it's really cool. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks, Dad. Very cool. Nice birthday surprise. And speaking of surprises, well, it's not really a surprise. I was looking forward to this for a while. A certain game decided to drop this morning, and of course I had to have it. And of course, given that I've tested every Falcom game on the Switch too, this had to happen. And of course, I'm talking about a really awesome game from a really awesome era, and that of course is East vs. Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga. Is a really cool game that has a very special place in my heart because this is officially the first East 7 era game on a modern console. This game absolutely rocks. Basically, it's all the characters from East 7 as well as all the characters from the Trails in the Sky saga, kind of just in a crossover game that's really cool. It's sort of like a fighting game beat 'em up, but it's not too technical, I guess. It's not like a regular fighting game, but it's also not quite like a Smash Bros. Party game style fighting game. It's very much like if you just took East 7 and took its gameplay systems and made it into a one-on-one fighting game. And there are a few extra little gimmicks and mechanics, but I'll get into that shortly. I really like it a lot, but I also have an extreme bias towards East 7. You'll probably notice there's some characters there that don't really make too much sense. We'll get into that in a second. I'm not going to spoil too much here, though. Just know that I'm very excited about this, and I really hope you are too, because you should play it. So right off the bat, you got story mode, arcade mode, network mode, free mode, customize, shop, collection, and of course your system menu, which has all your options, your tutorials, your system stuff like your saving and loading and records, all that good jazz. Of course, we can check here. There's sadly not any Switch 2 settings, but I mean it's kind of expected. Yeah, let's jump into arcade mode really quick. I just want to show this off. So we got Adol here. We also got Dogi. So you'll notice these are the East 7 variants. We got Aisha. And of course we have Geis. And then if we go over to the Trails in the Sky side, we have our girl Estelle, Joshua, Tita, Agate, Olivia, my man, and Chloe. You'll notice there's some unlockable characters as well. I won't spoil those, but I'll just say there's some really cool guest characters. So here's the customization menu. and as you can see, you can basically go in and equip your characters with different weapons and armors and accessories to alter their stats, which yes, characters do have stats in this game. They can also change their skills, you know, much like in most Ys games. So everyone's got that. And of course you have a support character. Right now I only have Mustafa, which you can see it raises strength when you activate him. So yeah, it's pretty nice. You can customize these characters and they all have their own stats, but let's jump into a match so you can see what this game is like. And oh man, I love Ys 7 Adol. I love that design so much. And I love that this game is just Ys 7's gameplay. And by that I mean it is just really fast-paced and fun. You have your dodge button, you have your attack button, your basic attack button basically. Holding right bumper and then pressing one of the face buttons activates your skills. On the Switch 2 Pro controller, or I guess any Switch 2 controller, Y is to block or guard. Of course you can guard pretty much on time for that little extra plus frames, if you will, for my fighting game nerd. You can press X to jump as well, which is pretty cool. As you can see, a super has been used. Very devastating. Thankfully, I survived this. This game is brutal, I will admit. Like, it doesn't mess around, but it is just very fast-paced and a lot of fun. So yeah, that was a really quick match that I thankfully have won. Let's move on to another character that's a lot more difficult, though. Jumping onto my boy Olivier here against Peter Russell. This fight was insanely hard. It took me multiple tries to actually get this one right. This is the first fight for Olivier's arcade mode, by the way. So Olivier is a much more technical character than Adol. You have to basically stop moving in order for him to actually try and take aim when he fires his primary attack. He has a debilitate skill, or enfeeble, I guess is what he uses. And if you charge his shot, he actually does like a kind of AoE melee attack with his little musical instrument. Of course, his dash-in aerial attack is the one where he does a spin. Pretty good. So I use my assist here to give myself a little bit of extra strength, because I need it. His Tita hits like a truck, and Olivier does not. So I really need this extra damage. This fight was very intense. She was destroying me repeatedly with her super in previous matches, so I'm glad I was able to at least get a win on this one, even though it's really tight. Because that right there, if I was in that circle at a certain point, she would have absolutely murdered me. But she did apply burn. So yeah, this is, as you can see, like, this game is really fast-paced. Like, and it's really cool getting to experience these Trails characters in the Ys 7 combat system. And man, I barely eked that out. Now let me show you how hard this game can get, because sure, I've shown you 2 wins now, but holy crap, get ready to see a brutal loss. Jumping on over to Agate versus Ren here. You'll notice that this game soundtrack is awesome, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. Basically all the greatest hits from both franchises are here. And there are, of course, some unlockable ones based on, you know, which certain characters that you unlock, with certain stages you'll unlock as well. I really don't want to spoil, because they make me very happy, and I would like for anyone who doesn't know to enjoy those as well. But anyways, yeah, Ren wrecks me here. Not gonna lie, her combo strings are just brutal, and she locked me down really hardcore. That's how fast I died. This game's brutal, and I love it. It's just one of those things. You understand if you are like me and like these kinds of difficult games. So yeah, let's back out of here. Let's jump into story mode so I can kind of show you guys what this is like. So basically you got Adol here, along with Estelle, and Geis, Chloe, and Tita, of course. So you basically choose one of these characters and kind of go through... oh wait, that's weird. Oh, wow. Yeah, so this game takes place in Xanadu. If you understand what I mean when I say that, good for you. If you don't, Xanadu is another Falcom franchise that I've talked about a couple times. I think it's really cool, and you know they've got a few recent entries like Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, which is phenomenal on Switch 2, by the way. In case you're curious, get yourself a physical copy; you won't regret it. But you know, there's some classics like I looked at the original. Well, I looked at the PC 98 version of Xanadu on my Every Falcom Game Tested video. And in my Falcom games that I wish would come to Switch 2, I talked about Xanadu Next. Really cool game series, and it's really neat that this game takes place in Xanadu. Basically, all of the different characters from East 7 and Trails in the Sky, along with a few bonuses, are being summoned to Xanadu, and they're kind of put in situations where they fight each other. I'll admit, story mode is literally just an excuse to have these characters interact through dialogue, and it's pretty cheesy, pretty corny. I do like the world map aspect of it quite a bit. That is pretty nice, not gonna lie. But overall, this mode is good one time through, and then I never look at it again because usually I just kind of boot up and want to play arcade mode or, you know, free mode just to play around with the game. It is what it is. It's charming to an extent, but don't expect anything truly incredible in this story mode. Although I will admit there's definitely some charm in having Chloe from Trails in the Sky telling Adol that she is going to straight up murder him on the spot. You know, and of course that means I get to play Adol and I get to do the reverse to her, which is a lot of fun. So I guess I should probably talk about Switch 2 performance. So Switch 2 plays this game phenomenally, as you kind of would expect of a game that was originally a PSP game. It's a lot of fun, smooth 60 frames per second. I believe it's 1080p. I don't know if handheld mode is also in 1080p, like just, you know, some games have been doing that. It's been kind of nice. I think it's 720p in handheld. I might double check on that at some point. But really, with these graphics, it can be a little rough and hard to tell. I say that, but I adore these graphics. These are some of my favorite Falcom graphics of all time. I love the E7 aesthetic. It's so good. Yeah, this is just a phenomenal game. Runs great on Switch 2. I can't recommend it enough, and I swear, Falcom, you have to release E7. Come on. E7 deserves to find a new home on modern hardware, and I will not stop begging for it until the day I die. I swear to that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this game a little bit. It's not like a major Falcom release, but it is still a very big deal to me because I love this era. This is probably my favorite Falcom era in general. East 7 is my favorite East game. I've said it many times. I love this game so much, and having a, you know, fully playable version of East versus Trails in the Sky on my Nintendo Switch 2 gives me serious hope that one day, maybe just maybe, they will do a memoir version of East 7 on the platform. I need it. Give it to me, Falcom, please. I will love you forever, although I kind of already do. So yeah, it's been a really good time playing it on Switch 2. I haven't tried the game on Switch 1 yet. I'll probably do that and just maybe make a note of it in the comments as to how it performs. So yeah, are you guys picking up East versus Trails in the Sky? Or, you know, are you going to pick it up on Switch 2? Or Switch 1, maybe Steam? I don't know, wherever you want to play it. Cool with me. Great game. Yeah, just let me know if that's a game that you guys are playing. If not, I'm not surprised. No big deal. It's definitely an off entry for Falcom. Not something that I think everyone's gonna jump out and go buy. It's definitely a niche of a niche, if that makes any sense. So anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time.